Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to edition of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Alright, so today we have a Peterbilt 389. This is extremely similar to the Optimus Prime version, except this one doesn't actually have the Optimus Prime setup on the inside. As you can see, it looks more like a Peterbilt. This is the one with the fly, for those who know what the heck I'm talking about, but this is what it looks like. Pretty solid, if you ask me. I like it. It does have the fly, though. One of these days I'll get rid of the fly. Anyways, we do have a job lined up today. We are... where are we here? We are in Vienna. And we're taking plastic furniture to Salzburg. I already have the job lined up, so let's get started. So, this truck is extremely powerful. So this is probably, this is the same engine as we used to have in the old Peterbilt. So that means it's much more powerful than the previous trucks we've been driving. I think this one has 840 horsepower, but I just love the way this thing sounds. They did a fantastic job in the sounds of this thing. And actually, you can actually, you know, the mirrors are useful in this particular truck as opposed to... Oh, really? The mirrors are actually useful as opposed to them being, you know, useless. As they were in the Peterbilt 379, unfortunately. So let's zoom this in a little bit. Yes, we are going here. Yeah, but it's a pretty nice truck. I like the inside of this one better than the Optimus Prime version, but the problem you have with this one is the fact that you do have the fly, which is probably the most annoying thing you could possibly have in this truck. But you know, you can deal with it. It is a really nice looking truck, though. That guy was going to get in my way there for a second. Probably helps if I shift. Yeah, so this truck is extremely powerful. So like once you put the foot down, like it just takes off like a rocket. Mainly because it has so much power, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But it's I don't know. It's still probably my favorite truck to drive, the 389 so far. And I think it's primarily because it just looks so nice. There we go. And we're taking plastic furniture to Salzburg. Perfect. Nice little small job, nothing too crazy. It's only a 272 kilometer, 71 kilometer drive, so it's not that bad. Not by a long shot, but it is a good little drive nonetheless. Alright. Nice and slow like. It's funny, every time I want to back up one of these things, I always end up just hitting the... Always end up hitting the gas way too hard. Alright, perfect. Now I don't think this is too heavy, but... No, not for this truck. I really should have just dropped the engine down to something a bit more realistic, because 800 horsepower in one of these things is probably just way overkill. But that happens sometimes. When you have the option, you might as well take it. Although this particular truck isn't, this setup I should say, isn't necessarily the best for heavy loads, heavy hauling, and that's primarily because of the way it's shaped. Because usually with heavy hauls, they tend to be bigger and wider and longer. So like when you try to have, you already have a long truck, it makes it just the worst. Well. Not for me personally, let's say. I know there's been a couple people who have said they don't mind it so much, but for me, I just don't enjoy doing that or going through all the trials and tribulations of having to adjust everything. So, but some people don't mind it. So, to each their own is the expression, I would say, really. All right. So this is lovely Vienna. Let's go ahead and just take another little screenshot. Such an awesome looking truck. Like, I don't know why, but I really like it in black. There are some cool other metallic colors you can get as well. Let's put it right there, right in the corner. The rule of thirds, I believe this is called, for those people who have ever heard of that. That's what my girlfriend tells me, at least. Excellent, nice. But it's a really nice truck. This one has a bit more. This one's a bit cleaner on the inside. Like, it doesn't have. Yeah, it's time to just see the car just go as soon as the speed changed. That's funny. Let's set the cruising speed at 80 kilometers an hour for now. Yeah, as soon as the speed changed, it was just like, you know, time to drop the hammer, and the car just went for it. That's funny. Oh, it's 80 here. Cruise at 90 then. Depending on which road you're on, like some of the roads it's really nice to cruise on, like at 100 or somewhere in that area. It really depends, for me at least. Most trucks in this game are pretty, I think they're, in Europe, they're technically, there's that fly. The fly. This is what this guy looks like from the outside, in motion. Put the Black Raven tires on the front, and it's got, I think it's their... Got the Sirius tires, I think they're called, on the back. Looks pretty slick, I think. I believe you could actually change the color in the tires, like so it's not, so it doesn't have. Let's put it into 18th gear. That would probably help the RPMs there. I believe you can change the color of the tires on the inside of the rims there. So if I go back to here and I'll show you the inside, see how it's red there. I believe you can change that in the paint shop. I just didn't do that personally, so just thought I'd leave it for the time being. I don't know, I kind of like the black and red combination. Looks pretty slick. This is pretty much the same, I guess. In the end, it's fairly similar to the Optimus Prime. The only difference is it has the fly, and there's a few differences on the inside, but it's not too bad. Apparently, I forget where I was. I think I was watching Dirt Hebbers. Yeah, I think it was Dirt Hebbers last night on his live stream there, and he was saying that SES actually went to a big Kenworth event. And they actually brought their setup there to show how serious they were about Euro Truck Simulator, or American Truck Simulator, to see if they could get the rights to use Kenworth stuff. And I thought that was really interesting, actually, because what they're doing there is they're just showing you the real deal. So like saying, hey, we're serious about this. We're not messing around. We're not making a silly game. We're making a serious game, sort of thing. And I guess the idea is to demonstrate the seriousness and how committed they are to making a great game. So hopefully Kenworth agrees and we get some Kenworth trucks in American Truck Simulator. That would be pretty awesome. You do see a lot of Kenworths out here in Canada as well, so see a lot of Peterbilts, a lot of Kenworths, a lot of Westerns, I think, too. So Mack trucks, as I forgot one time. Someone mentioned that fact that you do see a lot of Mack trucks. I tend to see them in dump trucks, like they tend to be Mack dump trucks, but you can always see them in other things as well. So lots and lots of trucks. Actually, I was on Twitter the other day there, and Ritchie Bros, which is a big auction company, I think they have an office in Montreal, but they are all over the world as far as I know. They tweeted a picture out of an Optimus Prime Peterbilt, like a real one, that was at one of the truck shows down south in America, and it looked awesome. I retweeted it on Twitter, so if you follow me there, you'll be able to see it. But it was just fantastic. The thing was so cool to check out. It looked awesome. But yeah, Ritchie Bros actually have huge auctions. Like, we're not talking like one tractor. We're talking like, you know, like here's one. I don't know. They don't have small tractors either. They actually have really large tractors. So it's more like, here's like one tractor. No, here's 50 tractors of the same one. It's nuts. But they have really big auctions, which is fine. I was actually on Twitter the other day, and I was saying to them, I was like, oh my gosh, you get out to one of the Ritchie Bros auctions. That'd be pretty cool. And actually, I never. Usually, if I retweet something of theirs, they'll thank me or something like that. But actually, the marketing coordinator actually said, I hope you get out to one of the auctions. It was kind of funny. I didn't expect a response from that person specifically, so it was kind of neat. But they do have auctions, I believe, in Montreal, so one of these days I'll have to get out to one of those just to see how crazy and large it is, because like it's like probably more than a football field worth of equipment usually. So it is just intense. Ah well, we're going straight through here. Perfect. And no, we're not going to slow down through here. It's funny, this is one of the few times I've actually, I don't normally go through France at all, but I just happen to have a garage down in Austria, so I just quick traveled down to Austria and checked it out. Actually, I don't know why am I in Austria? I should have gone to Iceland. Jeez. I have ProMods 1.91 now. They actually did a little update to fix a couple things, and I meant to go to up into Iceland, but I just totally forgot. Haven't had many jobs to go up there yet, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure I think I'm gonna live stream this today. So when I record this, I'm gonna live stream after the fact. So maybe you would have been there, maybe you would not have been there. I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyways, but yeah, we're probably gonna try and get out to Iceland today. So it should be pretty good. Also, in other news, Giants has announced their second DLC. Or yeah, I guess it was a second DLC. It's a JCB DLC. It looks pretty solid actually. I think it's got 4 tractors. It has a front loader. It's got a skid steer as well, which is pretty neat. So we'll be able to have some really nice other tractors, some like middle tier tractors. I'm guessing they're between like 150 and 350 horsepower, somewhere in there maybe. I'd honestly have to look up the numbers specifically, but I have actually been graciously gifted the game, the DLC already, so thank you very much for that. Yeah, someone emailed me and they're like, can I gift you the game? And I was like, you can if you want. Like, I don't normally expect those types of things to happen, so it's always very much appreciated when they do happen. Actually, the same thing happened to Dirt Hebbers the other day. Someone decided to buy him City Skylines. That's the only reason why he got the game. And he played it, and he went and had a good time with that the other day there, actually, so it was pretty cool. It's always neat when stuff like that happens. It's always appreciated. So thank you very much, good sir. I don't know if you want me to name your name, but you can leave a comment if you want me to do that. Excuse me. But yeah, that was I just couldn't believe that. I was like, oh, sure, thank you very much. Wow, it's one of those situations where you don't expect something like that to happen. So it's very much appreciated. Unfortunately, we haven't got any new news on the new DLC for Euro Truck Simulator yet. There hasn't been anything released as of yet, but it will be interesting to see what happens. Let's get in this lane so this guy can pass. No! There we go. It will be interesting to see what happens, actually, because it will be supposed to be really, really good. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know how it's going to work with ProMods, actually. I'm not sure if it's going to work in conjunction with it or not. Sometimes they do work together, sometimes they don't, but I don't think ProMods knows what cities are going... Maybe they do, actually. I don't know. I know SES has released what cities are going to be included in the DLC, but I don't know if ProMods is working around that or not. A couple people have asked, like, how are you able to go to, X country already, and usually it's because of ProMods already, or the Russian map, for example, or whatever else. There's TSM as well out there, so it could be any one of those. So, do we take this exit? No. Let's get out of this exit lane then. It is out of town, not in town, so... That is the exit for Salzburg, but apparently you don't need to go right into there. Let's just take the cruise control off here. I don't know, I just... For me, it's so common to have the cruise control on all the time. Like, even when I'm driving in real life, it's just how I drive. Cruise it, just put the cruise control on, and just enjoy. Actually, I was watching a movie from the 80s last night, and it was pretty darn funny because they were going to like a conference in the movie, and there was these like I think it was like 6 guys in the old wagon they had, and the father figure in the car is like, you know what, son, let's live a little today. Put the cruise control up to 37, and I guess the speed limit's 35 or something like that. Too funny. So it makes me laugh because I'm kind of like, I often don't. For me, living a little, so to speak, is putting it up 5 kilometers an hour. Because there's no point of speeding. There's always going to be something to slow you down the other end. So I just go at the designated speed limit or a little bit above, and that's about it, basically. So, but it was pretty funny because it. Go. Are you gonna go there, car? Or are you gonna slow down to a snail's pace? Holy cow. Anyways, I thought it was funny because that's what happened in the movie. They were like, let's live a little, son. Let's put it up to 37 miles an hour. too funny. But I do love this truck. I don't know, the 389, I wish it didn't have the fly, and I might actually go look to see how I can remove the fly. But so far this is probably my favorite truck, the 389 Peterbilt. I like the Freightliner Coronado, that was pretty nice too actually, but this one probably still takes the cake. Ooh, first time being here apparently. But you gotta love the truck sounds in this one. Let me just turn the sound of the truck up, it's awesome. Listen to that. You can really hear the turbo whine. I love it. I love the way this thing sounds. Like this, the Optimus Prime version is based on this truck basically, so nice. You really you got to give it to the guy who did the sound on this particular truck because it sounds incredible. And the jake brake and everything. Oh, of course. Jeez. Here in Canada we can turn right on a red light, but I don't think you can do that in Europe, so I'm just gonna wait. I don't think, at least. Does it say anything? Let's get a picture of that real quick here while we're waiting for the light, although I don't think it changes. Oh. What if I can get it like that without getting the light? Ah, there we go. Nice. Sweet. Anyways. Has the light turned yet? No, not yet. What? Look at that! The line's right there! Come on now. Get a red light. So yeah, those are those tires I was talking about before, those Sirius tires, I think they're called. Let's see if I can do this. Oh no, that's difficult. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine being that driver and how scared you would be? Seeing a truck getting that close to your car? Oh goodness, that would be scary. Alright, where is... Alright, so let's drive straight into here and let's see if this is going to be the best approach. Now someone once told me how to park a truck. I was like, oh, don't hit that. Although, for whatever reason, I almost always forget how to do it. Alright, so, there we go. I feel like I should go look up on YouTube how to park a truck now. Actually, let's put it down into reverse gear number 1, and apparently that's going to, there we go, stall our truck here. That's not very helpful. Yeah, it's funny. I forget who was saying. I think they said do a J pattern, so that's what I try to think about when I back up. Except apparently it doesn't always work, as you can see. But I always think about the J, but I'm never certain whether it's going to work out the way I want it to or not. So. Although it is very different to park one of these style of trucks versus a cab-over truck, because of course with a cab-over you have a bit more, it's a bit easier to control where the truck goes and whatnot, so. Or it just seems that way. If you're used to driving Peterbilts and big long-nosed trucks, then this would probably seem just like everyday to you, but I don't know, it is a really different... Oops, totally the wrong way. Let's go back in the truck here. It's really different to back up one of these versus like a European-styled truck. So it's always interesting to see the techniques people use to park these things versus... I feel like I need to go to parking school, jeez. There we go, perfect. Parking brake on. Cargo is ready. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Excellent. Look at that. Bonus for parking trailer. I got 45 XP. Is it even worth the XP to waste the time? I don't know. Alright, folks. Let me get a nice little screenshot of that. I know. I have a Apparently I have an addiction to taking screenshots in this game. Nice. Perfect. Alright, folks. Let's go back into here. Close that. Alright, folks, that'll be it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2, and I'll catch you guys later.